Hi guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be on the GTR obviously, but a little bit different to the ones before because this is going to be talking about the money side of ownership. So dual purpose video, I'm going to discuss how much this car's cost me to run in 12 months, and the other side is how much have I, well, when I come to sell it, how much am I going to lose on it? So the reason I'm saying about selling it is because I've still got the problem with the wheel. If you haven't seen the previous videos, go and take a look at them. It'll be in up the top here, whichever side, I never know which side to do. So it's up there, and that'll tell you why I'm actually considering selling it. So first off, we need to work out how much the car has cost to run in the 12 months, and then how much I'm going to get for it. So let's start off with the first major outgoings for the owning this car is obviously to buy it. So £82,000 it cost, brand new from Nissan, main dealer, and I put £45,000 in cash and financed £37,000. So obviously with finance there's a certain amount of interest on that. If you take it over the 3 years that I took mine out of, I've just paid it off last week, so I now own the car, but it didn't cost me £82,000. It cost £45,000 in cash, 12 payments of £1,100 a month before that I paid it off, so that was £13,200. Then there was a £26,000 settlement, so that all adds up to £84,200. So I've paid roughly just over £2,000 in interest on the car, so £84,200 for the car to buy it outright. I now own it, so no more payments on that, which is a good thing. Perfect. The next major outgoing in a year is, for most people, insurance. So my insurance cost me quite a lot because I put my wife on it, and my wife's got 6 points for driving without any insurance. Now, it was a genuine mistake. The letter, we moved house, the letter didn't go to the new house because we didn't get them forwarded for, it's a long story. We got them forwarded for 6 months, but then it ran out, and then the insurance come and we didn't get a notification. Got stopped by the police, 6 points, and then the insurance just shot up. Genuine mistake. You're obviously not going to drive without any insurance. Now the insurance on this is £1,600 with my wife on it, which is an absolute killer because I've just got a quote for me on my own, and it works out about £600, which is, that's about right because my age, full no claims. Basically, I've been a safe driver for years now, or I just haven't got caught going fast. So whichever way you want to look at it, my insurance is pretty cheap. So what I'm going to do, the next one, I'm not even going to put her on because she never even drives it. So let's talk about fuel now. 3.8 litre twin turbo, 570 horsepower. You ain't going to get 40 miles to the gallon. So this is doing, as far as I know, an average, it says there 15 miles to the gallon, but I know for the fact it's lower than that because I think I reset it and I did a long motorway run and I did a little bit round town. So I know for the fact it's 13 miles to the gallon on average that I'm getting out of this car. So it's done 3,000 miles, so I've calculated 3,000 miles at 13 miles to the gallon, and the cost of V-Power now over the last year, because it's gone up and it's gone down, so I averaged it out at £1.30 per litre, so it works out at £1,300 in fuel. So when I was previously thinking about doing this video, just of the costing, not for getting rid of it, this was a few months ago, I thought I'm going to put brake pads in, but I had a track day booked, and then because of the lockdown it got cancelled and I've not ended up doing one. So in 12 months of owning this, even though I bought it to go on the track, I've done nothing on the track. So if I was going to do it, then you've got to factor brake pads in as well. and obviously track day insurance and stuff like that. So we're going to leave that off, and then we're just going to go straight on to tyres. Okay, so got the tyre gauge, should give us an accurate reading. Let's see what we've got. So I'll start off in the middle, 4.8, you can see that, 4.7, and then probably going to drop down a little bit on the edge, 4.7 again, and 4.6. Let's check the backs. Backs should have less on, I would presume. Might not be able to get the camera into this. 4.3, can you see that? 4.3 on the back, so slightly less there, which is understandable because most of the power goes through to the back wheels. Well, say most anyway, quite a lot of it. So we're running on SP Sport Max GT 600 DSST CCT, and they're Dunlops. That's the longest name ever. They, the last time I looked, were, I think, just over 300 for the fronts. Sorry, just under 300 for the fronts, and best part of 350 for the backs, because the backs are 285s and the fronts are 255. Okay, so reselling the car, 4.5 mil on the tyres. That, in my opinion, is acceptable to sell on the car. Don't need to replace the tyres. So that's going to save £1,300 on the course. If I was to keep it maybe 2 years, I'd have to factor in, you know, £1,300 every couple of years to replace the tyres. So as far as everything, money-wise, that's all I can think of that it's cost me to run the car over 12 months. I've got the figures here now, noted them down before. So the car has cost £84,200 to be exact. The insurance, £1,635 to be exact. The fuel, £1,365, something like that. So I get that to a grand total of £87,200-ish. So I might as well say, let's round it down, 87,000. Now, if I was going to sell this privately, it's saying between, you know, up to 67,000. That's what it says. But that's with a car based on 10,000 miles. This has done 3,000 miles, so pretty low mileage really for a 1-year-old car. It's got one owner, it's clean, no issues with it. And if I was to sell it privately now, because like I say, I don't need to pay the finance off, so I don't need to trade it in or anything like that, I can sell it privately. I'd be probably putting it up for, I don't know, maybe 68,000, something like that, hoping to get roughly around that figure. So if I was to get 68, say 60, say 67, just to make it easy on the math. So that's a loss of £20,000 in a year. Now that's running it as well. So it makes me wonder now, you know, making that loss of 20,000, it doesn't actually cost that much to run in a year if you think about it. Fuel, 1,300. Insurance, I can get it for 600 for the next year. So I can run this car now, because it doesn't cost me anything. I can run this car for £2,000 a year with fuel. The servicing is in with the money, so don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I'll probably have to get a set of tyres after year 2. So £2,000 a year, you know, what's that? That's like £40 a week to run a GTR, when obviously I've paid the money off on it. So if you had a finance payment, it wouldn't be that. But it's not too bad really. So even though I do want to sell the car because of the clicking, and I can't deal with it because it's in the other videos, go check them out if you've not heard it. It's terrible noise, really noisy. So as long as I'm prepared to lose £20,000 on this, then it's going to go. But the thing is now, if I kept this car for another year, there's a 2017 on Auto Trader, and I'm sure it's up for about 65,000. So I could keep this car for another 2 years and probably only lose in depreciation another £5,000, £6,000, £7,000. So really, you know, is it worth keeping a hold of now? Because the most of the depreciation's already gone out of the car. You know, forget running costs, but what, it's going to be 16,000 gone in just in depreciation in that first year, which to be fair for an £80,000 car is not too bad, because that Audi behind me there, that 2-litre TDI Q5 Vorsprung, top of the range, £50,000, and that's lost an absolute fortune. That has lost as much as this in a year, and I'm going to do another video on that. So if you're interested in that, check that one out. I'm going to do that one maybe next week or something. But it's to do with finance. It's to do with, that's on PCP. This was on HP. I've not paid any interest on this car. So imagine if I had PCP on this car. We could be talking something like a loss of £26,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. And that's why I hate PCP payments, and that's for another video. So that's how much it costs to run this car for me. And I hope I've put all the figures in and it's been informative. And hopefully, when it does go into the garage to try and get this fixed, it gets fixed, then I don't have to sell it. I can keep it for another 2 years. I'll even keep it for longer. I don't know. Depends if I want to buy something else. And then I can keep hold of it. I don't have to lose that depreciation. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, comments, subscribers. Really appreciate it. Nearly at 200 subscribers now, which I'm absolutely over the moon to get to that figure. And so a couple more. Just give us a like, give us a subscribe. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. It's probably going to be me taking this car to Nissan to get that fixed for the 4th time, and then when that's done, hopefully that's the end of it, and I can start doing some proper videos on it where, you know, I'm taking it to the track and I'm doing some modifications, exhaust, turbos, wheel upgrades, stuff like that. So hopefully that's for the future, and I will see you then.